Good day, Doctor. My name is Dorothy, and today I'll be presenting for Media Review Assignment SME 504 Issues in the Malaysian Economy. So, firstly, I would share about the summary of issues of Sitaram River documentary. For the first issue would be the industrial pollution. There are hundreds of textile factories are discharging their untreated sewages directly into the river. From the health, economic, and social impacts, the communities are being suffered from skin diseases and exposure to toxic substances. Fishermen are losing their livelihoods, crop use decline, and also public health cost rises. And there's also agricultural pollution as well. The pesticides and fertilizers are adding further contamination to the water. So for the relation to Malaysian economics issue topics, I would say it relates to our food security issues. The polluted water affects agriculture products. The crops absorbing harmful chemicals, and this reduces our yields and also the quality of the crops. The polluted irrigation water can make our food become unsafe for consumption as well. The decline in fisheries and aquaculture would cause fish kills and also disrupt the local fishing economy. The decrease in domestic fish supply, this would raise prices of the fishes and also increasing our nation's dependence on imports. From the perspective of economic and also health, the contaminated water and food leads to health issues, increasing the healthcare costs of the people and also reducing the workforce productivity. This would further limit Malaysia's ability to sustain a strong, resilient food system. As for the effects of contaminated water and also chemical-based effluent, the first effect would be on environmental effects. There will be destruction of aquatic ecosystem, which is the contaminated water will lead to the fish deaths and also the loss of water biodiversity. There will be also soil contamination, which also will further contaminate the quality of our crops and yields. And also there will be water eutrophication, which algae blooms will deplete oxygen, further reducing the water ecosystem. And on the health impacts, the people will be exposed to heavy metals such as lead and mercury, can cause neurological and also kidney and reproductive issues. They will be also suffering from skin infections, respiratory illness, and also long-term cancers. And also from the economic impacts, there will be lower productivity due to the increasing illness, the decline in fisheries, and also agricultural output, and people will also be suffering an increase of healthcare costs and the loss of tourism revenue. Next, what can be done by our stakeholders? From the government sectors, they should enforce a more stricter environmental regulations and pollution standards on the factories. And the government should also establish a wastewater treatment infrastructure for the industry as well. And the government should also provide some incentives to green industries and also cleaner production methods to them. From the factory's perspective, which is also one of the main contributors to the polluted water, they should also adopt corporate social responsibility (CSR) and also environmental management system (EMS). They should also invest in wastewater treatment technologies and also practice transparency about water discharge and more concern on our environmental impact. As for the communities that are living in a neighborhood, they should stop dumping their household waste into the river and also participate in more on the cleanup and also awareness campaigns organized. So how does this issue relate to the collective action? Collective action is actually a pivotal term in sociology, which the individuals are being come together to achieve a common goals. Collective action dilemma, which is also being demonstrated from this Sitaram River scenario. Everyone relies on the river. No single one can clean it alone. The individual factories or residents might think that the pollution doesn't make a difference, but when everyone thinks the same and acts the same, the river will eventually collapse. And this requires cooperation between the government, industries, and also the communities. This illustrates the tragedy of the commons. When a shared resource, which is the river, is being overused and destroyed because due to lack of the collective responsibility. As for the five main lessons learned, the first lesson would be the industrial growth without regulation will lead to a disaster. The profit-driven development without limitations can cause disastrous effects on natural resources. And the second lesson would be everyone actually shares the responsibility for environmental pollution. From the local residents staying in a neighborhood and to the global consumers buying fast fashion from the textile factories, everyone contributes to the pollution of Sitaram River. The third one would be the government regulation is essential. A weak policy enforcement from the government will lead to an environmental collapse. The fourth lesson is the cleanup is always harder than prevention. To restore the Sitaram River, it costs far more expensive than preventing its pollution in the first place. The fifth lesson would be the global responsibility is vital for sustainability. Sustainability requires awareness and action across borders, industries, and also individuals. So, any relation to the environmental issues in Malaysia, there's of course yes, there are similar challenges that can be seen in Malaysia, such as the Sungai Kim Kim in Pasir Gudang, Johor, which there is a chemical dumping causing mass poisoning of 35 people, which the majority are students in 2019. And also Sungai Klen and Sungai Selangor, they are always having repeated water supply disruptions due to industrial effluent. And also there are deforestation and also palm oil runoff. And this affects the water quality and the biodiversity. So to conclude, Sitaram River documentary is actually serving as a warning and also a lesson which by pursuing economic growth without proper environmental regulation and limitation can result in disastrous social and ecological damage that is unable to revert, which is a situation that is faced by Malaysia and also many other countries as well. So that's all from me. Thank you.